I don't know why they have the ads up like that, but again, I can't really control that. So we're going to take it down with the ads up and everything. So, hey guys, we're going to wait till the ads come back. I don't know if my stream is streaming live. Yes, it is streaming live, and the video output is low. Okay, 1 second. That can be fixed. That can be fixed. Let me stop the stream.
Big Apple, we're here at the Hilton Midtown for the 2017 NBA Draft Lottery. There's a buzz, a charge of electricity in the room. A lottery ball's popping right now, and the time is getting closer to unveiling the fate of these lottery teams. Some of the luminaries on hand tonight: Markelle Fultz, erstwhile at the University of Washington, says his game is part Chris Paul, Jamal Crawford, and James Harden. What about that? Joel Embiid, the process. Averaged 20 points, 8 rebounds in 31 games this year for the 76ers. And Magic Johnson, folks, 37 years ago today, 42 points against those 76ers in the finals on his way to an MVP while Kareem watched with an injured ankle. Well, a lot of the notable storylines tonight. Let's start with the Lakers, who have a 46.9% chance to receive the top 3 pick. However, if their pick falls out of the top 3, it'll go to the 76ers. And speaking of Philadelphia, not only could they end up with the Lakers pick, but they also have the right to swap their own pick with Sacramento should the Kings pick end up being better than their own pick. All told, the 76ers could potentially walk away with 2 picks in the top 4. And finally, the Boston Celtics, fresh off advancing to the Eastern Conference Finals last night, have the highest percentage chance to take home the top pick overall in the draft due to a trade with the Brooklyn Nets. Mark Jones back again with Jay Billis, the former second-round pick of the Dallas Mavericks.
Fifth.
Was it?
Fifth round.
Fifth round, okay.
Yeah.
I was
they
trying
don't have that many anymore.
Gas you up a little bit. Stayed 40 years, unlike a lot of the guys here. A lot of talent in the field. Jay, tell us about your top field.
It is
top
a
5.
deep and talented draft class, and I think it could be the youngest first round we've ever seen. You could see as many as 15, maybe more freshmen go in the top 30 picks. And if you go with the top 5, starting with number 5, I've got De'Aaron Fox, the freshman lefty from Kentucky, who's the fastest player end-to-end in this draft. Josh Jackson, the forward from Kansas, who plays at both ends of the floor, just a freak athlete. Jason Tatum from Duke, 6'8", 6'11", wingspan, a terrific isolation scorer. But the top 2 picks in this draft could very well be, you start with Lonzo Ball of UCLA, who's a Jason Kidd type point guard from when Kidd was at Cal. He's got size, he's got tremendous vision, especially in full court situations in transition. Averaged close to 8 assists per game, led the nation in assists, and he's a terrific finisher, not only in transition but in the half court, finishing at 73% near the rim. And he's also a good perimeter shooter. Now, he's got an unorthodox stroke. I liken it to Jim Furyk's golf swing. It may be a little unorthodox getting to its release point, but it's pretty solid when it gets there. Shot over 40% from 3 and can hit some deep ones. He's an excellent prospect. But Markelle Fultz, I've got at number 1, the freshman from Washington, a 3-level scorer. He can score from deep, he can score mid-range, and he can get all the way to the rim and finish in pick-and-roll situations. He's the most efficient player in this draft. And 6'4", he's got a wingspan of about 6'9", 6'10", so he's got elite length for his position. And a guy that can really score the basketball, a shot creator, you would call him, and a guy that can pull up. He's got a great step back, plays angles very well. Just a guy who's wired to score. So just a really talented top 5.
Yeah, I spoke with Isaiah Thomas of the Celtics and Jamal Crawford, a couple Seattle area guys who played pickup ball with Fultz. They say he has a chance to be very, very special, an all-star. Well, Lonzo Ball elected not to join us tonight, but Markelle Fultz is standing by with Cassidy. Cassidy?
Thanks, Mark. The guys were just talking about you and Lonzo. You've acknowledged that you have a rivalry with Lonzo Ball, but why ultimately do you think you're the best prospect in this draft?
Personally, I just think I can fill up the stat sheet in any way, rebounding, assists, chase down blocks. I think I'm a good teammate too, so.
I hear that you think you're a mixed bag of a lot of top NBA players. What characteristics do you feel like you have of some of those big names?
Just the screen and roll game, really. Finishing in different ways from three-point line to 2 or getting all the way to the rim. So.
Well, good luck next month at the draft in June.
Thank you.
Back to you, Mark.
certainly going amongst the top 2-3. Jay, who are next in your 6 through 10 range?
Well, next we've got some big guys. You start out with Lowry Markkanen of Arizona, who's the best big man shooter in this draft, a terrific pick and pop prospect with a quick release, very good mobility. Then you go with Malik Monk, who is arguably the best perimeter shooter in the entire draft from Kentucky, a guy who averaged over 20 points per game for John Calipari, best squirrel hunter in this draft, too. Dennis Smith Jr. from NC State, a dynamic point guard, very strong, and then we saw Jonathan Isaac a little bit earlier, and then you finish up with Zach Collins, the freshman from Gonzaga, who's very, very talented.
You do a lot of research. Squirrel hunter.
Yeah, well, I go deep.
You mentioned Malik Monk. He's standing by with Cassidy. Cassidy?
Yeah, Malik, you were the SEC Player of the Year, Jerry West Shooting Guard Award winner. Obviously, you were recognized for your talents in college, but what do you think is your best asset that's going to translate to the next level?
Playing the pick and roll. I think I can do that amazing. I don't think a lot of people seen it, but that's what's going to happen in the league. So hopefully I can be able to show that.
Well, your teammate, Darren Fox, praised your ability last week to play beyond your size at the Combine. What do you think will make De'Aaron successful as a pro?
Like Jay Billis said, he's fastest in his class, super fast. He thinks like that, a blink of an eye, and just make the right plays every time. So he's just a great player.
Big Blue Nation again represented in this draft. Good luck in June. Mark?
A lot of Lexington love here in the house tonight. Guys from Kentucky on hand. And coming up, former number 7 pick back in the 2007 draft, Steph Curry in Golden State, taking on San Antonio right after this.
The NBA Draft Lottery is presented by State Farm, here to help life go right.
Farm knows that for every one of those moments,
Express, we don't just get you ready, we get you the readiest. To prove it, we took Dennis, who's here for a convention, and put him in a nationally televised dance competition.
Right. Right. I think if Philadelphia get like a person, like you just said, like if they get a guard, they pretty much set. They have Ben Simmons pretty much running the point. You have another guard that can basically handle the ball and score. Like that's really all they need is just a guard that can pretty much put the ball in the basket. That's all they need. And I feel like their team is good. Right. 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 This thing don't want to freaking go to full screen. My fault. Hold on. Ay. This thing fighting, boy. This thing fighting. They don't want to go to full screen. Hold on, I gotta turn back on the volume. My fault, guys.
Office shakeup, which saw Magic Johnson brought into the fold, and shortly after that, it was decided that the team would part ways with executives Jim Buss and Mitch Kupchak.
This shit
on the line tonight, they have
I'm not even touching.
On the line tonight, they have a 15.6% chance for the top pick, a 46.9% chance for a top 3 pick. However, that pick will go to the 76ers if it does not end up in the top 3. We're going to
Gotta refresh my page. I'm so tired of them.
Magic Johnson has to be thinking. Magic Johnson has to be thinking about why.
This shit not going full
Top
screen,
picks.
bro.
Number 2 pick Russell. Number 2 pick Ingram. Number 7 pick Julius Randle. Do any of those excite you as franchise players? Probably not. So you come back to this. Whether they use it or they trade it, they got to stay in the top 3 and pick a guy like Markelle Fultz. Man, do they need somebody like that to build around or Ball. Take your pick at 1 or 2. The problem is it's a double whammy. If they lose this pick, they also lose the 2019 pick. It triggers an obligation to the Magic. Wham, wham, they're both gone, and that leaves nothing left in the center other than the 28th pick for Magic Johnson. Now, I don't know what he's going to get there. All else he has left is $23 million in cap space, but is this interesting enough for him to go sell to play around these players? It's not. They need this pick as a key asset, whether they draft a player or use it as in trade bait.
Yeah, the Lakers, Tom, thanks a lot, have missed the playoffs the last 4 consecutive years, and you can see the Lakers president of basketball operations, Magic Johnson, there. A lot at stake tonight for his team. Well, it's time to meet the representatives from our 14 teams, so let's get it over to Cassidy Hubbard. Cassidy?
Thanks, Mark. First and foremost, welcome and good luck to all of you tonight. First off, representing the Miami Heat, Hall of Famer and Vice President of Player Programs, Alonzo Mourning. Here with the Denver Nuggets, third-year guard, Gary Harris. For the Detroit Pistons, General Manager, Jeff Bauer. Representing the Charlotte Hornets, Executive Vice President and General Manager, Rich Cho. Here for the New Orleans Pelicans, Head Coach, Alvin Gentry. For the Dallas Mavericks, 2-time All-Star and Assistant Vice President of Basketball Operations, Michael Finley. Representing the Sacramento Kings, Head Coach, Dave Yeager. Here for the New York Knicks, 2-time NBA champion and Knicks legend, Walt Clyde Frazier. And Clyde, always styling and profiling. Is that your lucky suit?
It is. This is it.
Well, you always have a front row seat to the Knicks. What, in your mind, would the number 1 pick mean for the future of this franchise?
Definitely be a rejuvenation for the franchise and hope for all Knicks fans. We're hoping to pull it off tonight.
Well, good luck. Representing the Minnesota Timberwolves, the 2014 number 1 overall pick, Andrew Wiggins. Here for the Orlando Magic, Head Coach Frank Vogel. And representing the Philadelphia 76ers, Center Joel Embiid. And Joel, earlier you told us that you should be back on the court in about 2 to 3 weeks, so things are going well after your surgery in March. And tonight, you have the chance to walk away with 2 top 4 picks. One you can take from the legend sitting right next to you. So how much are you trusting the process?
I think we have a good chance of taking that. Wait a minute, man. Hopefully we take that pick too. We go back with the 1 and 4, and I'll be excited. And we just gotta trust the process. And I think it's coming along, and next year's gonna be exciting.
Okay, good luck to you tonight. Magic, now let's get to you. Representing the Los Angeles Lakers, Hall of Famer, and new president of basketball operations, Earvin Magic Johnson. Look, Magic, you've experienced all types of emotions wearing a Lakers uniform. But essentially, with 2 picks at risk tonight, how you feeling?
I feel good. Whether we keep it or not, we're going to be a successful franchise. And if we're able to keep it, we're going to get a talented young player.
Well, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Now representing the Phoenix Suns, guard Devin Booker, who is joined by Suns superfan and Special Olympics athlete Noah Smith and his brother Brad. Please welcome Noah and Brad. And finally, representing the Boston Celtics, governor and managing partner, Wyc Grousbeck. Once again, good luck to all of you tonight. Mark?
All right, thanks a lot, Cassidy. Yeah, the Celtics' number 3 pick last year, Jaylen Brown, with a big game last night, 9 points in that win. Well, almost set, folks, for the lottery show. As a reminder, the lottery involves teams that did not qualify for this year's playoffs, as well as teams that traded for the picks of non-playoff teams. It's weighted so that the teams with the poorest records have the best chance of securing the top record. Have the best chance of securing the top pick, pardon me. The actual lottery drawing will determine only the top 3 picks in the draft. Picks 4 through 14 then fall to the remaining teams in reverse order of their regular season records. Now, as for the process of the draft lottery, interesting. Watch this. 14 ping pong balls, each marked 1 through 14, dropped inside the lottery machine, which is then turned on. 4 balls are then drawn at random to create a 4-digit combination. Now, once the numbers are drawn, they're matched. That digit combination matched up to the board to see where and which team got the number 1 pick. The process is then repeated for the second and third picks. The Brooklyn Nets had the worst record this season, were assigned the most 4-ball combinations. However, due to a prior trade with Boston, the Celtics actually received those 250 combinations, 25% of the possible 1,000 combos. Now, here's a look just over an hour ago at the room where the actual lottery drawing took place. Once inside, the representatives, believe it or not, they have to give up their cell phones. They're sequestered in the room until the results are revealed a little bit later tonight. Some of the people in attendance, Mr. Good Luck Charm for Orlando, Pat Williams, who 25 years ago was part of their win when they selected Shaq number 1 in 1992. Neil Herskowitz, a longtime assistant equipment manager for the Dallas Mavericks, who suffers from cystic fibrosis, thankfully after a double lung transplant a couple of years ago. His health has returned. And Rob Pelinka, new Lakers general manager of the basketball operations there, a lot riding on it for his team tonight. And finally, Denise Pelly from the accounting firm Ernst & Young. She was present in the room as well.
You guys know what you want.
And now for the moment we've all been waiting for, under escort by NBA Senior Vice President and Chief Security Officer Jerome Pickett. Here's the one person in the ballroom who knows the results. Denise Pelly from the accounting firm of Ernst & Young, who is delivering the sealed envelopes to the stage. That's right. We're almost here. We'll find out the fate of each and every one of the 14 teams when we come back.
They about to go to commercial, bro. I fucking knew it.
Drugs, murder.
I gotta stop this. 1 second, guys.
All costs. Jason Bourne ain't got nothing on me. Well, that was cute. Hold on, Cupcake.
Why does she always look like she's running in slow mo?
You see it too? That's how we roll. We turn the canals into the damn X Games. How do I help you people understand? You people? You people? Oh, you don't get to say that. You're just 10. Right on. Come on, brother. Baywatch. Rated R.
There's people who care where I'm going, and good friends who welcome me home. So get a full tank of freedom, drive the American road. And with a full tank of freedom, find your own highway. We'll take you wherever you go. Take you wherever you go.
Coming for the trophy, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Where's Gary?
Saved money on motorcycle insurance with Geico. Going up the country.
Geico Motorcycle. Great rates for great rides.
What makes Wendy's Baconator different? While other guys use frozen beef from far away, Wendy's only serves fresh beef from ranches close by. So we don't have to freeze it. Add 6 strips of thick Applewood smoked bacon, and Wendy's Baconator isn't just different, it's deliciously different.
It's a nail biter here in Indy. No OT tonight.
Real smooth. When you got flow, you know. New Gatorade Flow. All the flavor with a new smooth finish.
Switching his lineup.
This is the NBA Draft Lottery, presented by State Farm.
Look at Kevin Durant, the number 2 overall pick back in 2007. His Warriors looking to take a commanding 2-0 lead against the Spurs. He had 34, folks, in Game 1. That coming up at the conclusion of the draft lottery here in New York. Well, with the lottery moments away, let's take one more look at the probabilities of each team winning the number 1 overall pick. The Boston Celtics, as a result of their trade with Brooklyn, have the best odds for the number 1 pick at 25%. Many trade conditions to note as well. Most notably, the Lakers could end up going to the 76ers if it were to fall out of the top 3. Well, the time has finally come, and here is NBA Deputy Commissioner Mark Tatum to reveal the final order. That's right, of the teams at the top of the 2017 NBA Draft. Mark.
Thank you, Mark, and good luck, everyone. Pick number 14 will be made by the Miami Heat.
After starting the season 11-30, the Heat went 30-11, Alonzo, over the last 41 games.
The 13th pick belongs to the Denver Nuggets.
The Denver Nuggets average 111.7 points per game, 3rd best in the NBA, behind Golden State and Houston.
Picking 12th will be the Detroit Pistons.
After 29 years in Auburn Hills, the Pistons will play at Little Caesars Arena, downtown Detroit, next season.
The 11th pick in the draft will go to the Charlotte Hornets.
Kemba Walker averaged the career-high 23.2 points per game and was a first-time All-Star this year for the Hornets. Things holding the form.
Pick number 10 will be made by the Sacramento Kings.
Okay, so this pick, folks, goes to Sacramento since New Orleans' pick was not in the top 3.
The 9th pick goes to the Dallas Mavericks.
Dirk Nowitzki will return for his 20th NBA season. Only Kobe Bryant has played 20 seasons with the same team.
The 8th pick will be made by the New York Knicks.
Okay, that means that Sacramento's pick has moved into the top 3, but they may not pick there since Philadelphia has the right to swap picks with Sacramento. That's right.
The 7th pick belongs to the Minnesota Timberwolves.
This pick would join a nucleus of Andrew Wiggins, who's here tonight, Karl Anthony Towns, and Zach LaVine, all 22 or younger.
Pick number 6 goes to the Orlando Magic.
This is the 25th anniversary of the Magic winning the lottery and selecting Shaquille O'Neal, number 1, in 1992.
The 5th pick will be made by the Sacramento Kings.
Okay, this is actually Philadelphia's pick, but they invoked their right to swap with Sacramento. So that means Philly is in the top 3.
And the 4th pick in the 2017 NBA Draft goes to the Phoenix Suns.
Bad news for Devin Booker and the Suns as they drop out of the top 3. And then there were just 3 remaining, Magic Johnson. Maybe he's got the magic touch tonight, folks. The final 3.
This is crazy.
The Philadelphia 76ers.
Oh, that's crazy.
The Los Angeles Lakers. And the Boston Celtics.
Oh, that's crazy.
Stay tuned to find out who wins this year's NBA Draft Lottery. Coming up in a few.
Second. Yeah.
Down.
We got a plan for him.
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments, there's one of these.
These two could be a problem. They can hit from anywhere.
They're going down.
The Kings are supposed to have.
We got a plan for them.
Talk to an agent for help combining your home and auto into a plan that's right for you. Here to help life go right. State Farm.
Come boys, let's go. Buddy, leave it. We got one.
discovery. Land Rover, above and beyond.
Dear Journal, today I learned many great things. 1. Old Spice Sweat Defense gives me 48-hour sweat protection. 2. Gorillas have strong muscles and do not speak English.
Get in the game with Cricket Wireless. We've got more 4G LTE coverage than T-Mobile or Sprint. And if you switch now, you can get a brand new smartphone for free with plans that start at only $30 per month. Cricket Wireless, something to smile about.
You know that.
This Sunday on E60.
The San Diego Chargers select Brian Lee.
I'm labeled the biggest bust. It took 4 months for my life to evaporate because of a little white pill.
Start your Sunday with a story. E60, Sunday at 9 on ESPN.
Don't forget, immediately following the draft lottery and the final 3 teams, Draymond Green and the Golden State Warriors taking on the San Antonio Spurs, trying to go up 2-0. And right now, back to the final 3 teams, and our Deputy Commissioner, Mark Tatum, with the final order.
Thanks again, Mark. The 3rd pick in this year's draft goes to the Philadelphia 76ers. The 2nd pick will be made by the Los Angeles Lakers. And that means that the number 1 pick in the 2000 NBA draft goes to the Boston Celtics.
Wick Grossbeck and the Boston Celtics come back from New York with the number 1 pick. It's the first time in the modern draft era that the Celtics will get the number 1 pick. This already add that to the fact that
that's the official
they have
draft
got a talented core, number 1 team during the regular season in the East. Let's go to Cassidy. Cassidy?
I'm here with a very excited Wick Grossbeck. And Wick, the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, competing in the Eastern Conference Finals, and now the number 1 pick. How would you describe the state of the franchise right now?
This is pretty good. It's a good time to be a Celtics fan. I wish the draft were today. We could get a little help for tomorrow night, but this is a great night, and really appreciate it.
Well, thanks so much, and congrats.
Thanks a lot.
Mark?
All right, thanks a lot, Cassidy. Let us quickly, before we go, bring back Tom Penn, NBA front office executive. Tom, it's a guard-heavy draft. Talented guards in Boston. What do?
They take a great guard. That's what they do. What a 24 hours in Boston. We know it all starts with Isaiah Thomas. They got a great backcourt running mate. But right now, then, you put this pick front and center, and you're going to take one of these 2 guys. It doesn't matter. Get the talent when you can get it, either Fultz or Ball. Amazing run for the Celtics. You just got to be thrilled for them. All that Danny Ainge did to make this happen. Congratulations.
Yeah, they really played their cards well. Had that trade from Brooklyn, ends up the number 1 pick. Jay, is this a case where talent, as Tom said, trumps need or position? Who do you think should be the number 1 pick?
Well, it's not necessarily a no-brainer in this year's draft as to who you take number 1. It could be argued that it's an eye of the beholder thing. I happen to believe that Markelle Fultz of the University of Washington is the best player overall in this draft. He's the best scorer. He's an excellent passer. Like, Lonzo Ball is a better passer, but that doesn't mean that Markelle Fultz can't pass it. He averaged about 6 assists per game. He averaged about 6 rebounds per game. He's longer than Lonzo Ball is. He's got a wingspan of about 6'10". A very good athlete, 3-level scorer, guy who can score from deep. Excellent in pick and rolls, very good at the mid-range game, and also he can finish above the rim and get to the free throw line. He's got a lot of ability, but you wouldn't be wrong if you went with Lonzo Ball either, because he's a franchise-type point guard. So a good decision to have to be able to choose number 1.
Yeah, a couple of talented guys there at the top, and Lonzo Ball could end up getting his wish playing for the Los Angeles Lakers. They select number 2 if Fultz goes number 1 to Boston. Well, folks, that's it from New York City. Now the results have been revealed. Go to the NBA app or NBA.com, Facebook, Twitter to view the exclusive video of the actual lottery drawing. The Boston Celtics have won the first pick of the 2017 NBA draft. Right now, we're going to send it out to Mike Breen and the gang for Game 2 of the NBA Western Conference Finals in Oakland.
Mark, it's been 48 hours since the end of Game 1, and that man's been the topic of conversation ever since. Jaja Pachulia and the Warriors took Game 1 against the San Antonio Spurs, and this play was the turning point. Third quarter, gets his feet underneath the landing area of Kawhi Leonard. Sprained ankle knocks him out for the end of the game. Warriors storm back and win. And it's been talked about over and over again. Hello, everyone. It's been the most discussed foul in the 2017 NBA playoffs. So let's get your guys' take. Start off with, what did you think of the foul and the strong reaction to it?
Well, for all we know, Jaja is a good guy, so I'm not going to stand here and question the intent of the play. But as a former player, there's no question in my mind. It's a dirty play. It's a two-step closeout to a shooter's body, putting him in tough position and costing the Spurs Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, again, no intent.
SWAT. Is he good? No.